Hey there, treasure hunters. Ever thought the loose change in your pocket could be worth millions? Yup, you heard me right, millions. Today, we're talking about a simple, unassuming 1991 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny that's turning heads in the coin world with a jaw-dropping value of $1.1 million. That's right, this little copper beauty could buy you a mansion, a luxury car, or 1.1 million cheeseburgers, though I wouldn't recommend the last option unless you're really hungry. But before you toss your jar of pennies across the room in excitement, let me tell you why this particular penny is so special, how you can spot one, and a little story about how I almost missed a valuable coin sitting right under my nose. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you might just find yourself rummaging through every couch cushion in the house. Okay, let's dive in. The 1991 no-mint mark penny, what makes it worth a staggering $1.1 million? First, let's break down the basics. If you look closely at your pennies, most of them have a tiny letter under the year. That letter tells you where the coin was minted, like D4 Denver or S4 San Francisco. But if you find a 1991 penny without a mint mark, that's where the magic happens. These no mint mark coins were minted in Philadelphia, and while most are pretty ordinary, a rare few were struck with an error that made them incredibly valuable. Think of it as a coin world glitch in the Matrix. Some of these coins have features like a double die where the design looks like it was stamped twice, or even a unique composition that makes them stand out from the crowd. Experts and collectors go wild for these errors, which is why one sold for $1.1 million at auction. Now, before you start squinting at every penny you've ever touched, let me tell you what to look for. First, flip the coin over and examine Honest Abe's profile. Is there any doubling on his face or the date? If so, congratulations, you might be looking at a winner. And if your penny feels oddly light or heavy, it could mean it's made of a rare composition, which also makes it more valuable. You'll want to send it to a professional grading service, like PCGS or NGC, to confirm its authenticity and grade. Here's where it gets personal. A couple of years ago, I was helping my grandma clean out her attic, the typical this is where spiders live kind of attic. We stumbled across a dusty old jar of coins, and I jokingly said, "Watch us find $1 million penny." Fast forward to me dumping the jar on the kitchen table, sifting through the pile like I was panning for gold. I didn't find a 1991 no-mint mark penny, but I did find a 1955 wheat penny worth $200. Not $1 million, but hey, I bought myself a nice dinner with it. Lesson learned: always check your change. Who knows? Your next Starbucks run could pay off your mortgage. Now, here's something funny: not all million-dollar pennies look like they're worth much. Some of these coins have scratches, discoloration, or even chewing gum residue. Gross, but true. It's the rare features hidden beneath the surface that make them valuable. So, even if your 1991 penny has seen better days, don't count it out just yet. Think of it like finding a winning lottery ticket that's been through the washing machine. It still counts. And if you're thinking, okay, cool, but where do I even start looking? Don't worry, I've got you covered. Check your change jars, piggy banks, and even your car's cup holder. Pro tip: ask older relatives if they've stashed away any coins. Trust me, grandparents have a knack for hoarding coins that end up being worth a fortune. So there you have it, the story of the 1991 no-mint mark penny that could make you a millionaire. It's wild to think about, isn't it? A tiny piece of copper that most people wouldn't even glance at could change your life forever. And now, here's your mission: go dig through your coins and see if you've struck gold or, well, copper. And if you've got any questions or want to learn more about valuable coins, hit that subscribe button and join our growing community of coin enthusiasts. I'm here every week with tips, stories, and strategies to help you turn pocket change into big bucks. And hey, if you do find a 1991 no-mint mark penny worth millions, remember your favorite coin geek when you're rolling in cash. Hey there, treasure hunters. Have you ever been digging through your couch cushions, car cup holders, or maybe even an old piggy bank, only to find a penny? And then you think, meh, just a penny. It's not even enough for a piece of gum. But what if I told you that one little penny could be worth more than $1 million? Yep, you heard me right, a whopping $1.20 million. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1976 D-mint mark Lincoln penny. We'll explore what makes it so valuable, why collectors are losing their minds over it, and, most importantly, how you might just have a tiny fortune sitting in your change jar. Plus, I'll share a little story about my own wild penny hunt that might inspire you to grab a magnifying glass and start searching. Stick around, because this could be the most profitable 20 minutes of your life. Let's start with the basics. The 1976 D penny comes from the Denver Mint. You can tell by the little D mint mark just below the year on the coin. But wait, before you grab any random 1976 penny and quit your job, there's a catch. It's not every 1976 D penny that's worth a fortune. There are some special qualities that make this particular coin a collector's dream. First up, rarity. The coin's value skyrockets because there are only a handful of these pennies that were struck with an unusual error. Error coins are like the unicorns of the coin world. In the case of this penny, the error could be anything from a doubled die, where the design is slightly duplicated, to a minting flaw like off-center strikes or mismatched metals. These mistakes make collectors go bananas because they're unique, and who doesn't love owning something no one else has? Then there's condition. Coin collectors call this grade. A coin in mint condition, pun intended, is worth way more than one that's been rattling around in your junk drawer for decades. If your 1976 D penny has sharp details, shiny luster, and no major scratches, you're in business. Finally, demand. Collectors are always on the lookout for rare coins, and pennies from the 1970s have a certain nostalgia factor. The 1976 penny is especially cool because it's from America's bicentennial year, a time when everything felt patriotic, and people were literally wearing bell-bottoms to celebrate freedom. The 70s. Okay, here's a funny story. A few months ago, I decided to clean out my car. If you've ever cleaned your car, you know it's basically a treasure hunt, but with a lot more crumbs. I found a total of 37 pennies, and I thought, hey, I'm rich. You know, jokingly. But then I remembered hearing about rare pennies being worth a ton of money. So, I got curious and started inspecting each one. There I was, flashlight in one hand, magnifying glass in the other, feeling like some kind of coin detective. My dog was looking at me like I'd lost my mind. Spoiler alert, I didn't find a 1976 D penny worth $1.2 million. But I did find a 1944 wheat penny that turned out to be worth about $50, which isn't bad for something I almost vacuumed up, so, trust me when I say, it's worth checking. You never know what you'll find, and now, here's the $1,000,000 question, or should I say, $1.20 $1,000,000 question. How do you know if you have the golden ticket of pennies? Look for that tiny D under the date. No D? Sorry, wrong penny. Use a magnifying glass or, better yet, a coin loop to spot any doubling in the design or weird minting quirks. Coins with minimal wear and tear are the jackpot. If you think you've hit the coin lottery, take it to a professional coin dealer or send it to a grading service like PCGS, and remember, even if your 1976 D penny isn't the $1,000,000 version, error coins from that year can still fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Not too shabby for something that started as pocket change. So, what's the takeaway here? Don't underestimate your pennies. That little copper coin sitting in your jar could be the key to a life-changing payday. The 1976 D Lincoln penny, especially the error versions, is proof that treasures can come in the most unexpected forms. Before you head off to start your penny hunt, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and join our community of coin enthusiasts. I'll be sharing more tips, stories, and strategies to help you find coins worth serious money. Who knows? Your next big discovery might just be lurking in your own pocket. Alright, imagine this. You're digging through your spare change for a cup of coffee or maybe trying to feed a parking meter, and bam, you stumble across a penny that could literally make you a millionaire. Yep, you heard me right. Today, we're talking about the 2014 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin worth a jaw-dropping $1.3 million. Could one of these be hiding in your pocket? Stick around because we're about to dive into what makes this coin so valuable, how to spot it, and why you should never, ever underestimate those humble pennies. First things first, let's get the basics down. A no-mint mark penny simply means it was minted in Philadelphia. But here's the kicker, it's not just any 2014 penny we're talking about, it's an ultra-rare, one in a million kind of coin. Only a handful of these error coins made it out into circulation, and collectors are going wild trying to get their hands on them now. What makes this particular penny so special? It's all about the details. Some of these coins have subtle errors, like a doubled die, meaning certain features of the coin are slightly duplicated. Think of it like seeing double after a long night out, but on Lincoln's face or the lettering. Errors like these drive collectors crazy, and they're willing to pay big bucks. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was cleaning out my car, yes, the car I always swear I'll keep clean but somehow ends up looking like a fast food museum, and I found this penny. It was shiny, it looked weirdly perfect, and for a split second, I thought I'd hit the jackpot. I ran inside, grabbed a magnifying glass, and Googled like my life depended on it. Spoiler alert, it wasn't $1 million penny, it was just super clean. But hey, I still got my hopes up for 15 glorious minutes, and that's the beauty of coins like the 2014 no mint mark penny. You never know when you might stumble upon a treasure.so. How do you know if you've got the real deal? Start by looking for the mint mark, or in this case, the lack of one. If there's no little letter under the date, you're on the right track. Next, examine the coin closely. Use a magnifying glass or a smartphone macro lens to check for doubling on Lincoln's face, the date, or the lettering that says, "In God We Trust." Pro tip: don't clean the coin. I know you want it to look shiny and presentable, but scrubbing it could lower its value faster than a dropped ice cream cone on a summer day. Here's the thing about rare coins: their value isn't just in the metal. It's in the history, the rarity, and the sheer excitement of owning something so unique. The 2014 no mint mark penny is basically the Beyoncé of the coin world: rare, flawless, and in high demand. Collectors are willing to shell out $1.3 million for this coin because it's a once-in-a-lifetime find. This whole rare coin thing is kind of poetic. It's a reminder that even the smallest, most overlooked things, like a penny, can hold incredible value. It's like life saying, hey, don't underestimate the little guys. So, here's the deal: the next time you're about to toss your spare change into a jar or hand it off to a vending machine, stop and take a closer look. That penny in your hand could be worth a fortune, and if you love learning about rare coins, money-making tips, or just random treasures hiding in plain sight, make sure you hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Who knows? Your next coin find could make you the star of my next video. Hey there, fellow treasure hunters. Imagine this: you're sifting through your spare change, half asleep, when suddenly you spot a penny. But not just any penny, this bad boy is the 1995 D mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, and it's worth a jaw-dropping $1.4 million. Yes, you heard me right. A single cent could buy you a mansion, a sports car, or fund your dream vacation to every tropical island on Earth. Today, we're diving deep into why this penny is so valuable, how to spot one, and why checking your couch cushions might just be your next retirement plan. But first, let me tell you about the time I almost tossed a valuable coin. Spoiler alert, I didn't. Thank goodness. But more on that later. Let's get into it. So, what's the deal with the 1995 D Lincoln penny? Why is it worth more than a winning lottery ticket? Let me break it down for you. The 1995 D penny is a rare gem due to its minting error. Yep, even the mighty US Mint makes mistakes. Some of these pennies were struck with doubled die obverse errors, meaning the lettering on the front appears slightly doubled. This tiny imperfection turned a humble 1-cent coin into a collector's holy grail. Not every 1995 D penny is valuable, though. You've got to look closely at the "In God We Trust" or Liberty text. If it looks like it's got a shadow or a slightly doubled effect, you're sitting on a gold mine, or should I say, a copper mine. Let me level with you. Not everyone has fancy magnifying tools lying around, right? So, grab a good OL flashlight or even your phone's flashlight and tilt the coin under the light. Look closely at the words. A little double vision here isn't a bad thing, it could mean big bucks. Also, check the condition of the coin. Collectors love shiny, untouched pennies. So, if yours looks like it's been through a blender, it might still be valuable but not a cool $1.40 million. Alright, here's my embarrassing coin story. A few years back, I was cleaning out my car, a true junkyard of fast food wrappers and loose change. I picked up a penny, gave it a quick glance, and thought, meh, just another penny. I was seconds away from tossing it into the take a penny, leave a penny tray at a gas station when I had this nagging feeling. So, I kept it. Fast forward to later that night. I looked it up and found out it wasn't valuable, but it was a close call because I hadn't been checking any of my coins. That little scare turned me into a coin detective. Now, I check every penny, nickel, and dime like my life depends on it. Moral of the story: don't be like me. Check every coin. Who knows what treasure you're sitting on? Let's talk money. Right now, the 1995 D penny with that rare doubling error is worth around $1.4 million in pristine condition. That's right, a single penny could set you up for life. Even if it's not perfect, it could still fetch a smaller fortune at auction.so. Where do you sell one of these treasures? Auctions are the way to go. Big name auction houses like Heritage Auctions specialize in rare coins. And trust me, if you've got a genuine 1995 D double die penny, collectors will be lining up to bid on it like it's Black Friday. Alright, let's recap. The 1995 D penny is valuable because of a rare minting error. You can spot one by checking for doubled text on the front of the coin, and if it's in great condition, you could be looking at a payday of $1.4 million. And hey, even if you don't find one, the thrill of the hunt is half the fun, right? Before you go running to your coin jar, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and join our community of coin enthusiasts. I've got more tips, tricks, and stories coming your way, so you won't want to miss out. Who knows? The next video might just help you find the $1 million coin of your dreams. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Now, go check your pennies and remember, even the smallest coin could lead to the biggest treasure. Imagine finding a dusty old penny in your junk drawer and discovering it's worth $1.5 million. Sounds like a fairy tale, right? Well, it's not. It's the story of the 1962 D mint mark Lincoln penny. This little copper beauty could be your golden ticket, and you don't even know it yet. Stick around because we're diving deep into why this coin is worth a fortune and how you might just have one hiding in plain sight. Hi, I'm Jake, your coin enthusiast buddy, here to turn the loose change into loose chains of cash. Let's jump right in. So, what's the big deal about the 1962 D mint mark penny? First off, let's break it down. The D stands for Denver, where it was minted. Now, the 1962 pennies themselves aren't particularly rare. Billions were made. But what makes this coin a millionaire's dream are the errors and unique characteristics. Coin errors are like typos in a book, except people pay millions for them. Go figure, one of the most famous errors is the double die. Imagine Lincoln looking like he has a shadow following him. Another is the misaligned die, where the penny's image is slightly off-center, making it look like the coin went on a wild night out. Speaking of wild nights, let me tell you a quick story. A few months ago, I was helping my uncle clean out his garage, doing my good deed for the year. He handed me this old coffee tin filled with pennies. I thought, great, now I'm the family piggy bank. But as I sifted through, I spotted a 1962 D penny that looked a little off. My heart skipped a beat. Was this the jackpot? Long story short, it wasn't. But it sparked my obsession with hunting down rare coins. Moral of the story, always check your loose change, you never know what's lurking in your wallet. Okay, back to the juicy stuff. The 1962 D penny's current market value is $1.5 million, but only if it's in pristine condition. That's what collectors call mint state. Think of it like a new car, no scratches, no dents, just pure shiny perfection. Coins with significant errors, like doubling or misprints, also fetch higher prices. Even if yours isn't mint, don't give up hope. Lesser grades can still be worth a pretty penny, pun intended. Honestly, I used to think pennies were just those annoying coins that cluttered my car cup holder. Now, I treat them like little treasures. You'd better believe I'm that person in the grocery store inspecting every penny I get in change. Who knows? That cashier might accidentally hand you a $1 million coin. Here's the $1 million question: how do you spot one of these rare gems? Start by checking the date and mint mark. You want 1962 D below Lincoln's portrait. Then, look closely for any unusual features, doubling, misalignments, or strange textures. A magnifying glass is your best friend here. Pro tip: you can grab one of those cheap jeweler's loupes online. Trust me, it's worth the investment. Found a 1962 D penny that looks promising? First, don't freak out, okay, maybe freak out a little. Then, get it appraised by a professional. Coin dealers and grading services like PCGS or NGC can give you an official evaluation. And if it's the real deal, you might just be one step closer to early retirement. So, let's sum it up. the 1962 Lincoln penny might look like your average coin, but with the right errors or perfect condition, it could be worth $1.5 million. Whether it's hiding in your spare change, an old piggy bank, or that random coffee tin in your garage, it's worth taking a closer look. Remember, one penny could change your life, literally. Now, here's the deal. If you're as fascinated by rare coins as I am, hit that subscribe button and join our treasure hunting community. I post weekly videos about coins worth money, tips to spot valuable currency, and how to turn pocket change into a fortune. Don't forget to like, share, and drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or if you're about to go raid your junk drawer. Hey there, treasure hunters. Have you ever glanced at the loose change in your pocket and wondered if one of those humble pennies might be worth more than your car? Well, buckle up because today we're diving into the story of a coin that's made collectors' jaws drop, the 1973 mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Yes, this tiny copper coin is turning heads in the numismatic world with a jaw-dropping value of $1.6 million. That's right, 1 cent that could change your life. So stick around because I'm going to tell you why this penny is worth a fortune, what makes it so special, and how you might just stumble upon one of these golden, copper tickets in your own collection. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Okay, let's start with the basics. The D on this penny stands for Denver, where it was minted. Now, in 1973, millions of these pennies were made, so why is this one worth a cool $1.6 million? It all comes down to rarity and errors. Imagine you're baking cookies, and one batch comes out a little wonky. Instead of tossing them, those mistakes suddenly become gourmet. That's what happened with this coin. A very small number of these pennies were struck with a unique error that made them invaluable to collectors. The error? A doubling in the design, known as a double die. This makes parts of the lettering and imagery look like they've been stamped twice. It's subtle, but for collectors, it's like finding a unicorn. Now, here's a funny story. When I first got into coin collecting, I was convinced every coin in my pocket was a rare treasure. I remember spending an entire afternoon scrutinizing my coins with a magnifying glass. My neighbor walked in, took one look at me, and asked if I was auditioning for CSI, Coin Division. Spoiler alert, I didn't find anything worth more than 25 cents that day. But it just goes to show, you never know when that next coin might be the one. The thrill of the hunt is half the fun. So, how do you know if you're sitting on one of these $1 million pennies? First, grab a magnifying glass or a smartphone with a good zoom. Check the coin's condition. Serious collectors are after pennies in near-perfect shape. Next, look closely at the date and lettering. If you see signs of doubling, especially on the word Liberty or the numbers in the year, you might be in luck. And don't forget to flip it over. The reverse side could also show doubling. Now, before you go cashing in your 401k to buy up every 1973 penny on eBay, a quick heads up, condition matters a lot. The $1.6 million value is for a top-tier specimen, graded as MS68. For those new to coin lingo, MS stands for mint state, and 68 means it's nearly flawless. Coins with scratches or wear might still fetch hundreds or thousands, but not the big bucks. Here's another fun fact, the world of coin collecting is like high-stakes poker, but with shinier chips. Serious collectors will pay astronomical amounts for rare coins to complete their collections. And the 1973 penny is like the crown jewel, it's a rare find that's become a status symbol in the numismatic community. And get this, one of these coins recently sold at auction for $1.6 million. Can you imagine walking into an auction house with a penny and walking out with enough cash to buy a mansion? Talk about an upgrade. Now you're probably thinking, how do I get my hands on one of these magic pennies? Well, the good news is they're out there, you just have to know where to look. Start by digging through old coin jars, piggy banks, or even that junk drawer everyone has. Estate sales, flea markets, and coin shops are also great places to hunt. And don't overlook pocket change, some of the rarest coins have been found in circulation. Pro tip, invest in a good coin reference book or download an app to help identify valuable coins. It's like having a treasure map in your pocket. Alright, folks, that's the story of the 1973 Lincoln penny, a tiny piece of history that could make you a millionaire. Who knew a little copper coin could pack such a punch? Now it's your turn. Start checking your change, scour those coin jars, and maybe, just maybe, you'll strike it rich. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on spotting coins worth big money, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and share it with your friends. You never know who might have a rare penny sitting in their pocket right now. Hey there, coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters. Did you know that a humble 1972 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny, yes, the kind you might have tossed into a vending machine or ignored in your car's cup holder, could be worth a staggering $1.7 million today? That's right, this tiny copper coin has the potential to turn you into a millionaire. Before you start rummaging through your couch cushions, stick around because in this video, we're diving into what makes this penny so valuable, how to identify one, and who knows, you might just find a fortune in your spare change jar. And hey, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button because I'm here to help you turn pocket change into life-changing money. Let's get started. Alright, so what's the deal with the 1972 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny? First, let's break it down. This penny was minted in Philadelphia, which explains the absence of a mint mark. Philly coins often skip the mint mark because, well, they like to keep it casual. But what makes this specific penny so special isn't where it was minted, it's all about a crazy mistake that happened during production. The 1972 no-mint Mark penny shot to fame thanks to a minting error called a double die obverse. Basically, during the production process, the die, the tool used to stamp the design onto the coin, shifted slightly. The result? Letters and numbers on the front of the penny, like Liberty and In God We Trust, look doubled, almost like the coin had one too many drinks at a party. Why does this error matter? Coin collectors are absolutely obsessed with unique imperfections. To them, this double die obverse is like finding a Picasso painting in your attic. The most pristine examples of this error, graded as MS65 or higher, are the ones fetching $1.7 million at auctions today. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was cleaning out an old drawer, and I found a pile of pennies. Naturally, I ignored them because, hey, it's just pennies, right? But then I remembered hearing about these rare error coins. I grabbed a magnifying glass and started inspecting each one. Lo and behold, I found nothing. But the experience taught me how fun and rewarding coin hunting can be. Plus, now I have an excuse to hoard pennies like a dragon guarding gold. Here's what you need to look for. Check the year. It has to be 1972. Mint mark under the date. Grab a magnifying glass or, if you're like me, zoom in with your phone camera. Look closely at the letters and numbers on the obverse, front, of the coin. If you see doubling, you might have struck gold or copper, in this case, common 1972 pennies? Worth 1 cent slightly worn double die error pennies? $300 to $500. Mint condition double die pennies graded MS65 or above? That's where the $1.7 million jackpot comes in. You might be wondering, why would anyone shell out millions for a penny? It's all about rarity and history. Only a small number of these error coins were made, and even fewer are in near-perfect condition today. Coin collectors, especially those with deep pockets, love owning a piece of history that tells a story. So, there you have it, the 1972 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny that could be worth $1.7 million. Next time you're sorting through loose change, take a closer look. Who knows? That humble penny in your pocket could be your ticket to a life-changing windfall. If you found this video helpful, do me a favor, smash the like button and share this video with your friends and family. Who knows? You might help someone else find their hidden treasure. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more tips, tricks, and stories about coins worth big money. Hello, fellow treasure hunters and penny enthusiasts. Have you ever found a penny in your pocket and thought, could this tiny coin change my life? Well, today, we're diving into one of the most jaw-dropping stories in the world of coin collecting, the 2007 mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a humble 1-cent coin now valued at a staggering $1.8 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1 million penny. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, sure, that'll happen to me right after I win the lottery, stick around. I've got the full scoop on why this coin is so valuable, what makes it special, and how you just might stumble upon your own piece of history. Plus, I'll share a little story about the time I almost threw away a potentially valuable penny. Spoiler, it's a story of regret and late-night Google searches. Let's start with the basics, the 2007 mint Mark penny. It's a part of the Lincoln Memorial series, featuring Good Ol' Honest Abe on the front and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the back. These coins were minted in Denver, hence the D mint mark, and they're pretty common, right? You've probably seen a dozen of them in your lifetime. But this particular penny is anything but common. The magic lies in a rare error. During the minting process, a few pennies were struck using the wrong planchet or blank coin disc. Instead of using the usual copper-plated zinc planchet, a few rogue pennies were minted on leftover bronze planchets from 1982. This mistake makes the coin an ultra-rare collector's item. Think of it like finding a Picasso painting at a garage sale, but here's the kicker: these errors are nearly impossible to spot with the naked eye. You'd need to weigh the coin, bronze planchets are slightly heavier, or get it professionally graded by an expert. So, yes, this coin is a tiny, shiny needle in a massive haystack. But hey, someone's gotta find it, why not you? The first 2007 D penny with this error showed up at an auction in 2013, shocking collectors worldwide. It sold for $1.8 million, and the story made headlines. Since then, collectors have been scouring their change in hopes of finding another. Imagine the excitement of realizing that a penny you've been ignoring for years could actually pay off your mortgage. That's the dream, isn't it? Now, let me share my own not-so-glorious penny tale. A few years ago, I was cleaning out my car, a treasure chest of fast food receipts, gum wrappers, and yes, coins. I grabbed a handful of pennies and thought, these are probably worthless, and tossed them into a Coinstar machine. Later that night, I stumbled upon an article about rare pennies and froze. Could I have just turned a fortune into grocery store credit? I'll never know, but let me tell you, every penny I've touched since then gets inspected like it's applying for a passport. Lesson learned: never underestimate small change. If you're now frantically checking your wallet, here's what you need to know. First, look for the year, 2007. Then, check for the D mint mark, which will be on the lower right side of Lincoln's portrait. Next, weigh the penny. If it's heavier than 2.5 grams, you could have something special. Finally, if you suspect you've got a winner, send it to a professional coin grading service. Yes, it'll cost you a bit up front, but the payoff could be life-changing. And here's a pro tip: don't just focus on pennies. Rare coins pop up in all denominations. Nickels, dimes, quarters, heck, even dollar coins could be hiding a fortune. Coin collecting is like a never-ending treasure hunt, and the thrill of the chase is half the fun. So, there you have it, the incredible story of the 2007 D mint mark penny that went from pocket change to million-dollar jackpot. Who knew that a tiny coin could carry such a huge value? This just goes to show that the smallest things in life can sometimes hold the biggest surprises. And now, here's my challenge to you: go through your change jars, wallet, or that weird cup holder in your car and start hunting. Who knows? You might be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. And if you do find something amazing, promise me you'll let me know in the comments. I love hearing about coin hunting success stories. But before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got plenty more tips and stories about valuable coins, how to spot them, and why some are worth so much. Trust me, you don't want to miss out. Your next lucky penny might just pay for your dream vacation.